So just got back from seeing Paddington in Peru, and I really dug Paddington in Peru. It's not as good as the first two. I don't think it has that playful side to it, nor is it as whimsical as those first two. It did take a little bit of adjusting to Emily Mortimer instead of Sally Hawkins as well, and some of the visuals of it, you could tell that it is CGI'd, but I still think that this is still a fine enough adventure. It's still a really fun adventure, even if the middle of the movie really drags and lags a little bit. I just think that Paddington works better in a smaller sandbox type of environment, not this huge jungle adventure, but it was still fun when it was happening, when it didn't feel like it was slowing down a little bit. I think the first 45 and the last half hour are really strong. It still has a really heartfelt message at the end with a really great emotional connection, as he always does with Paddington. Paddington just always somehow is that tearjerker movie when it's not really trying to be, when it's not really that sad movie, but somehow it always brings out the waterworks in you at the end. And I don't know how they do it, but Paddington is just, how can you hate them? How can you hate this character? Like, he makes marmalade sandwiches. He is so wholesome. He's a bear. You just want to give him a hug. He's that type of character. You can't hate a Paddington movie. And I am down to see more Paddington movies after this. They clearly are not running out of ideas. I do like that, even though I don't think this idea necessarily worked, I do like that they're actually trying to do stuff that is different with this franchise. And I could live for a whole bunch of these movies. Whether they're as good as the first two or not, I really don't care. I still had a lot of fun, even when it lagged with Paddington in Peru. It's not as good as the original. It doesn't have that whimsical, playful side to it. Just missed some of the wit. And I feel like Paddington took a step back with his antics in this movie, his unintentional antics. And it was, but I get the message that was being displayed here, and I got to commend them for that. And I hope you do definitely go see Paddington in Peru. Wanted to do this in a long-form review. I've just been really exhausted lately, so I'm just not in the mood to do a long-form review. But if you do get the chance to see Paddington in Peru, definitely see it. Even though it's not as good as the first two, I think you'll still really enjoy Paddington in Peru.